dancing plague of 1518. Between 400 AD and 1400 AD, dance was banned unless it glorified the church. In most of Europe, the Christian church saw dance as a pagan activity. However, in 1518, something mysterious happened. From the outbreaks of 1374, 1463, and 1518, we know that dancing was thought to be both the affliction and its cure. There are accounts of people who had temporarily recovered their wits, deliberately dancing themselves back into oblivion in the expectation that only in this way would the curse be lifted. The Strasbourg dancing plague might sound like the stuff of legend, but it's well documented in 16th century historical records. It's also not the only known incident of its kind. Similar manias took place in Switzerland, Germany, and Holland, though few were as large or deadly as the one triggered in 1518. What could have led people to dance themselves to death? Scientists and historians still aren't sure what led people in Strasbourg to dance themselves to death. Contemporary explanations for the dancing plague included demonic possession and overheated blood. Other theories have suggested the dancers were members of a religious cult. Investigators in the 20th century suggested that the afflicted might have consumed bread made from rye flour contaminated with the fungal disease ergot, which is known to produce convulsions. Residents of the city of Strasbourg, then part of the Holy Roman Empire, were struck by a sudden and seemingly uncontrollable urge to dance. The hysteria kicked off when a woman known as Frau Trophäa stepped into the street and began to silently twist, twirl, and shake. She continued to dance fervently in a street in Strasbourg, keeping up her solo dance-a-thon for nearly a week, and before long, some 36 other Strasbourgeois had joined in. By August, the dancing epidemic had claimed as many as 400 victims. With no other explanation for the phenomenon, local physicians blamed it on hot blood and suggested the afflicted simply gyrate the fever away. A stage was constructed and professional dancers were brought in. The town even hired a band to provide backing music, but it wasn't long before the marathon started to take its toll. Many dancers collapsed from sheer exhaustion. Some even died from strokes and heart attacks. The strange episode didn't end until September, when the dancers were whisked away to a mountaintop shrine to pray for absolution. According to historian John Waller, the explanation most likely concerns Saint Vitus, a Catholic saint who pious 16th century Europeans believed had the power to curse people with a dancing plague. When combined with the horrors of disease and famine, both of which were tearing through Strasbourg in 1518, the St. Vitus superstition may have triggered a stress-induced hysteria that took hold of much of the city. While we can prove this happened, we cannot prove why it happened. Vitus's dance, St. John's dance, and Tarantism were labels in the Middle Ages referring to the independent epidemics of dancing mania that happened in Central Europe, particularly at the time of the plague. In the current nomenclature, St. Vitus's dance, or chorea, from the Greek choreia for dance, has been largely displaced by the eponym Sydenham's chorea. Dancing mania appears to have completely died out by the mid-17th century. According to John Waller, although numerous incidents were recorded, the best documented cases are the outbreaks of 1374 and 1518, for which there is abundant contemporary evidence. Did you ever think it possible to dance yourself to death? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more